Can you see that? White is all new roots. So I waited like 8 weeks. So now it's ready to cut. I'm going to transplant it into 3-gallon pots. And here we go. I'm going to do one at a time. Now look, I'm getting an instant. If this works, I got an instant. I'm 6 foot, and this tree is going to be 7 foot. So I get an instant 7-foot tree. Probably all the leaves will die off and everything, but if everything goes right, it should live. Cut the Powerade bottle without trying to damage too many roots, and cut the tape at the same time that's holding it. If everything goes right, this should be really amazing if it works. I'll know within a couple of weeks whether they take real good or not. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out some of this pine bark here. And this is kind of a small bucket for this, really. I would like to put them in some big containers. I just don't have the growing medium to do that right now. So I'm going to stick it in here. I'm going to loosen up some of these roots here just a little bit. I'll get it started. Then I'm just going to put the growing medium back around it. I'm going to remember how far the roots come out, because I'm going to drive a stake here and I don't want to damage any of the roots. I'm using 6-foot rebar, 3/8 I think it is. And for a 20-foot piece of rebar at the local hardware store, it's a little bit pricey. It's $7. You can probably get it cheaper at Lowe's or one of the big box stores. I probably should have used bigger containers. Now I'm going to go ahead and pack this down just a little bit, just to help stabilize it. And then I'm going to reach in here and I'm going to grab me one of these pieces of rebar. Here's my hammer handle. It's an east wing, and you can see the thickness of it, of the tree. You know, it's almost the same thickness. So I've never seen anybody do a tree this big, you know, to try to propagate a limb that was 7 feet tall. But I'm going to try it, and if it works, normally you try it with about a foot or 2 feet, and you have yourself a $15 or $20 tree in about 3 months. If this works, I'll have me a $45 tree. Putting the rebar in, I just tapped it through the bottom. I can feel it went through, and I'm going to push it down into the soil. I got pretty good soil here as far as drainage. So I'm going to try to tie this to here. And wait till you hear next week's episode. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be amazing. We're taking a trip to South Georgia, me and my wife, Southwest Georgia, close to the Florida, Georgia, Alabama line, as a matter of fact. And a guy over there that I know has put a shipping container underground so he can have a root cellar. I'm just putting these ties on there. I got one out in my fruit grove. I put ties on the other day, and I come over and all the ties are way down there. The wind had been blowing and they kind of moved around. So what I'm going to probably do is anchor one tie to the rebar real tight. That way there it won't blow around. But I'm going to keep this thing watered real good, let them roots expand a little bit more, and I'll probably, just in a matter of maybe 3 or 4 weeks, maybe actually move it to one of these big mineral containers here. If all these figs here live, that would be amazing. I don't think they're going to, but if it did, it'd be really amazing. This whole tree is full of figs right now. Look at the root system inside there. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at that. Look at the little ones coming out of the top here, the little white ones. they're growing up and growing out. That's, wow, that's amazing. I'm just going to cut down the old seam. Look at all that root, huh? Look at all that root. I'll tell you, I'm so glad I found out about using this pine bark growing medium. Next week, we're going to take that trip, and normally, from what I understand, talking to Jim, he said that those shipping containers aren't made to go underground. But the pictures that he sent me, or the way he did it, was amazing. He built, it looks like a mine shaft. You know how the old-fashioned timbered mine shafts on the inside of his container. And what he did was he built 2-foot wide shelves. That's straight right there. 2-foot wide shelves on each side. And he didn't use regular. He didn't use 2x4s. He didn't use landscape timbers. He used sawmill cut 4x4s, which are really 5x6s, 4.5x6. You know, they're not 100% 4x4s, but they're all bigger than a 4x4. Now he says he wish he would have let them dry out a little bit when he did it, but now that it's been done and he put a dehumidifier in there, the wood's pretty much all dried out now. He's got lighting in there, and that's where he's going to use it. He uses that to, he stores some food in there, but he also brings his canned goods, the stuff that his wife cans, down in there. And he's planning on using it also for a root cellar. Now he's got the temperature semi-climatized. It's about 75 degrees. Humidity is about 55%. So you're gonna really, it's gonna really be interesting when you see the way he built this thing. I've already got to look at it, and I've seen the pictures, and I'm really impressed. I've seen other people that have tried. They cave in, and you know, because they didn't think about it before they designed it. This guy thought about it. He was into construction. Before that, he was in the military. I think he was some kind of a CB or something. So I'm going to do the same process here. I just put a couple ties around it. So my goal, I've been in the tree service all my life, so my goal was to have something that's a little bit easier to do other than climbing trees when I get on up there in age. I'm already 62, and it's already taken its toll on me, and I really don't want to climb anymore, to be honest with you. I just don't. At 62, you don't want to be climbing up big trees, topping them, roping them down over a house and all that. I appreciate you if you watched the video, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe. But I do like comments, you know, good or bad, you know. The bad ones I find amusing. I love jokes, so thank you. This is Bob from Family Tree Farm and the Prepper Consultant. Thank you.